Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm ObscuredGhost. In today's video, I'll be showing you all the Christmas event items inside of Roblox Swordburst 2 Frosty Fields event. So if you guys are hyped, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm ObscuredGhost, and let's get started. So we have our first Alright, so we have our first weapon here, and this one is called Chironide, or Cryonid. It is dropped from the Frosted Ogre in Frosty Fields. It is a level 200, and it deals, and it deals 5,126 damage, and it is a common, so here's what it looks like, and yeah. Alright, so here we have the Ice Sword. Now the Ice Sword is a level 40 longsword, and it can be dual wielded. I just have one on, and it has a 3% drop rate, and it deals 406 damage with a 2% health and stamina regen, and it is dropped from the Frosted Ogre. And yeah. So right here we have a rare 92 longsword dropped from the Frost Ogre in Frosty Fields. It is a level 92 rare longsword, as you can see, and it deals it deals 1,779 damage, and it cannot be upgraded. It is a 2% drop chance. So here's what it looks like, and honestly, I say this is pretty cool. Alright, so right here we have the Katana Shimo. It is a level 85 katana drop from the Glacier Howler, and it is uh, uncommon. It does 2,172 damage, and it cannot be upgraded, and it has a 10% health regeneration and a negative 10% stamina regeneration, and here's what it looks like. Alright, up next we have Bane, and Bane is a level 75 rare dropped by the Howler at a 2% drop chance. It does negative 15% health regeneration and a 45% stamina regeneration, and this has to be one of the coolest scythes I've seen. So here's what it looks like, and yeah. Alright, so right here we have Alenta. Now, Alenta is a level 65 spear drop from the Icy Snowman. No, not the ones in floor 3, but the ones in Frosty Fields. And it deals 1,042 damage with a stamina regen of negative 20 and a health regen of 20%. So here is what it looks like, and honestly, I feel like this should be a floor 11 or floor 12 sword. But yeah. So up next we have Icebreaker. Now Icebreaker drops from the Icy Imp like always. It has been in the past 3 winter events, and it is dropped from the Icy Imp in Frosted Fields at a 2%, and I believe it is a level 35. So yeah, I'm not gonna really go over that much. Alright, so here we have the Peppermint Scythe. Now, the Peppermint Scythe drops from the Icy Imp at a 2% drop chance. It does 1% health regen and 4% stamina regen. And this is literally the only sword with just a plain texture. Yeah. Just, it's literally liminal state. Um, yeah, it cannot be upgraded at all. So before we continue on, we do have a sponsor for today's video. So our sponsor we have is Excess, and Excess, if you don't know, Excess is a small energy drink company, and it is one of the best I have ever tasted. It is completely sugar free. It is completely sugar-free, and it is also made up of vitamin B waters, and you can also, and it comes in a variety pack of 12 or more, depending on what you order. And with that being said, they also have their own website right here. And if you order from the website, you can buy whatever you want, such as vitamins, energy drinks, etc. And it is free shipping. And if you do use the website and you send an email to this email right here, and tell them that ObscuredGhost, that you're buying from ObscuredGhost, you will get an additional 10% off with your order. So go ahead and scan the QR code that is going to be right here. You can scan the QR code, or you can visit the link in the description below. So with further ado, it is so good. And yeah, it is so good, and it has many different kinds of flavors. So with that being said, let's get back into the video. Glacier Artifact. It is a level 65 two-hand sword, and it is dropped from the rat. It is a 1 in 400 chance. It is a 1 in 400 chance, and it can off. And here's what it looks like. It does 1,364 damage, and it gives negative 5% stamina regen and 56% health regen. So, and it is transparent, which is super cool. So, yeah. So right here we have Ice Dawnblade from the right. It is a level 85 katana, and it deals 2,172 damage. And it gives plus 30% stamina regen with 0% health regen. And it kind of looks like a remodel of almost Zilphus, like a recolor. And yeah. So here's what it looks like, and it is not transparent, but it does look super cool. So yeah. So here we have Drakkar, and Drakkar is a level 100 katana legendary, and it deals 2,602 damage, and it gives plus 30% stamina regen, and it is a 1 in 400 drop chance from the rat. So here's what it looks like, and you can tell it has the shape of a dragon, so which is super clean. And yeah. So here we have Cetosar. Cetosar is a level 100 longsword that is dropped from the rat, and it deals 2,602 damage, and it can be dual wielded, and it has like a pink and white texture on it. So it gives 20% health regeneration with a 0% stamina regeneration. And here's what it looks like. So here we have the powered Icicle, and the powered Icicle is a level 65 legendary rapier, and it is dropped by the rat, and it does a damage of 1,043 with a 20% health and a 20% stamina regen. And fun fact about this weapon has been moved 3 different times by 3 different mobs. It was dropped by the Icy Snowman, to the Dragon Boss, to the Rat. And here's what it looks like. It is a literal icicle. And yeah. So here we have here we have a Cold Soul Blade, and Cold Soul Blade is a level 65 one-hand sword, which means it can be dual wielded, and it does so here we have the Imperial Scythe. Now the Imperial Scythe is a level 75 two-handed sword, It is dropped by the Krampus with a 40% critical chance, and it does 1,318 damage, and it is similar to the Winter Bane, and it gives plus 45% stamina regen and a negative 15% health regen. So, yeah, and the scythe is super cool. It looks like a remodel of the Snowflake scythe. And yeah, so here we have Etherious. Now, Etherious is a level 100 rapier dropped by the Krampus, and it does 2,603 damage. And it is and it has the same exact stats as the powered icicle, and it does 50% health and stamina regen, and it has an 11% crit rate. And here's what it looks like. And yeah. Alright, so right here we have the Candy King Slasher. Now the Candy King Slasher is dropped by the Krampus, and fun fact, this is the legendary Krampus's holding, and it gives a 60% health regeneration, and it does 2,602 damage, and yeah, it's literally a candy cane. So right here we have Lucent. Now Lucent is a level 100 spear by Krampus, and it does 2,602 damage. And here's what it looks like. And it looks like a torch almost. And it is wrapped in Christmas lights. So that is pretty cool. And it gives a 15% health and stamina regen. And it is dropped by the Krampus. So yeah. So here we have a tree, and tree is a level 325 greatsword dropped by the Krampus. It is a 1 in 1,000 drop chance, and it does 31,242 drop chance with a 70% stamina regen, and it is literally the thickest two-handed sword in the game. And here's what here's what it looks like. And the sword is kind of a meme, but it's literally a meme. It has Christmas ornaments, Christmas lights, and I forgot tinsel and whatnot. And yeah, honestly, this is a really great weapon. Many players use it at Atheon, and yeah. Alright, so here we have Krampus Catastrophe. Now, this is the first event tribute in the entire game, and it is dropped by the Krampus. It is level 340 with a 1 in 25,000 drop chance, and it is a two-handed sword. It does 36,475 damage, and here's what it looks like. And it does 30% health regeneration and 12% stamina regeneration. Now, yeah, so that's that. Alright, so here we have our final legendaries. Now, this is Scorch Winner, and Scorch Winner is a level 290 one-hand sword. You can dual wield it, so it is dropped from Vyroth, the Frost Flame, also known as the Dragon, as people like to call it, and it does 22,750 damage, and it with a 10% health and stamina regen. So here's what it looks like, and honestly, it looks like Void Colliders a little bit, which is the tier 1 hand burst, but it's pretty cool, honestly. So here we have Frostfire Twin Blades. Now Frostfire Twin Blades is a level 290 spear by the dragon, and it does 22,750 damage, and with a health percent of 10% health and stamina regen, and yeah, it's one of the biggest spears in the game, and dual wield and dual sided, so that is super nice, and it looks one of the best. So here we have Aurora Pyroblade. Now Aurora Pyroblade is a level 290 rapier, and it is a level, and it does 22,750 damage, and it does 9% health and stamina regen. And here's what it looks like. It has a blue and purple gradient, but you can't really tell that from a far distance, but that's what it looks like. Alright, so up next we have Arctic Ignition. Now, Arctic Ignition is a level 290 two-hand sword, also known as an axe, and it is dropped by the dragon, and it does 22,750 damage with an 18% critical rate, and it does 10% health and stamina regen. Now, this looks like Ragnarok, but Ragnarok is green, and personally, has to be one of my favorite great axes of all time that's in the game. So yeah. Alright, so here we have Jotun Frost. Now Jotun Frost is a level 290 katana. It does 22,750 damage with a 15% crit rate. And it kind of looks like the older World Slayer model. And like the one of the first World Slayer models, and it does a it has a 30% health regeneration and 10% stamina regeneration. And here's what it looks like. And it is green and black. And it is dropped by the dragon. Alright, so here we have our last weapon, and this is a level 345 tribute, was level 1, and it is the Dragon Tribute, the Fractured Falls. It does 52,000 damage, or 4,000, I don't know which, but it should have a 24% crit and a 33% health and stamina regen, and it is the tiniest scythe in the game, I believe. So here's what it looks like. It is a 1 in 25,000 chance from the dragon, making it one of the hardest tributes in the game to get. And yeah. So I wasn't really gonna showcase this one, but I might as well. Here we have Declaration. Now Declaration is actually found in Arcadia at a 1 in 13% chance from the Mega Gift over here. However, this is the limited time sword. Yes, I get that the other ones are limited, but uh this one is a 2-day limited. So, and to get this, you have to have 500 hits on a mega chest that should be spawning any minute. And yeah, it, yeah, it, you'll see a lot of players over here if you do come over here to try to get it, but but it's super hard to get considering how many hits this thing takes. And it does and it does 2024 damage at level 24. So yeah, um, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm ObscuredGhost. And I just want to say again, thanks for XS for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out in the link below. And with further ado, you all have a good one, and I will see you next time. Peace out.